It's time to study. Welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can tell, I am doing a study video. I have a test in 2 days. As I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty terrified. Any of you guys may or may not know, I am a cosmetology student. Even realizing now compared to last semester, cosmetology is a lot of work. It's a lot of information too, especially since now I'm on the salon floor. There's just a lot to learn. Before we get into this video, I will share with you guys what we are learning right now, the topic of the test that we're taking. So far we've been learning right now is about the muscular system. As in cosmetology and as cosmetologists, constantly on our feet all the time, moving our wrist around, rotate, all of that, you know what I mean. There's so much movement going on in cosmetology. You're constantly always using your muscle all day, every single day. So the class that I'm taking right now is we're going through anatomy. Just about a week ago or two, we went through, I think, the circulatory system. Now we're onto the muscular system. And guys, I'm being brutally honest with you. There's so much stinking information. There's so many big words. Some of them are kind of crazy long to. Like, how do you even pronounce that? Y'all, it's making my brain stress. Last semester, I really struggled with test anxiety. And another thing, I really slacked with studying. So for this video, I want to be productive, write down some study notes because I really need to do that. I really want to try to get all this information into my brain so that I can ace and pass this test. With this program, like I mentioned, is really strict, and so it's required for state board test. You get either 85 or above. For example, if you get like an 84 on a test, you have to take it all over again. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to study really hard and take some pretty good notes. So in order for me to study, a few main things that I do need is very important to see all my notes. Well, one of them is my iPad. So on here we use this app called Pivot Point. It's based on just for cosmetology, different topics that we go through. So we're in the science part right now, which guys, I really don't like. It is literally so much to learn. But when you open it, tab, you'll click on all lessons. It'll literally show you all the lessons in the assignment and the topic, which is really helpful. So I'm gonna need to pull up the lesson on my iPad, write down and take a note. Of course, my pencil pouch. I don't know how I managed to like even fit in all my stuff in here. The thing is really tiny. Anyways, I got like a bunch of lead pencils. They're like Sharpie pens, but I think they're called Paper Mate. Got them at Target, and I love this brand. I also have 3 Sharpies in here too, but they're the colored ones. It's really important for me to have my pencil pouch because I really need to write a lot of stuff down. Right now, this is my notebook that I need to write my notes. I just started using this recently, but I've had this notebook for a while, which I'm not gonna lie, it's been sitting in my closet, like in my old school backpack from high school. I totally forgot about it. Since I really need this for school, because I've seen other people, they have their notebooks. Like, might as well just use this one. Plus, I've barely written anything in here. It's perfect because I do not want to go to the store and buy a notebook because their things are really expensive. Lastly, as you guys may have saw, this is my main important book. It's literally all of the information and all of like the notes that we can copy and just write down. Guys, this textbook, it's just so thick. So much information here, I just want to cry. Anyways, there is just a ton of notes in here. When you open it, it just has like all the lessons that we just go through cosmetology. And when you open up that app Pivot Point, you click on the lesson, open up the page in this notebook, leave you like a couple little of a blank space. It really depends on the lesson of like how short or long it is. You basically just copy and paste it down. Anyway, so that is everything that I'm gonna be needing for this study session. I really need to get crack-a-lack in here. I just don't want to take all day doing this. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, so far with my notes, I've already written down like the title. So I basically just put the muscular system study note, and by doing that, whenever I write down like the title, like the section that we're gonna be taking the test, it just really helps me to know the exact information I need to write down. I'm gonna try to keep my notes really short. The issue with me, sometimes the words get jumbled up and they're just super big. Some of them, they're easy to remember, but with this, oh no, it's hard. Trust me, this is really hard. Really hard information. For each definition of the word, to write it super short. Sometimes I like to cut off just a couple of words. It's easy for me to remember. As an advice of what my teacher, she basically just told, if you guys are ever taking notes, study for a test, I would recommend you not write down every single word because yes, it's going to be hard to remember. So he said just write it down your own words. It'll help you to remember and memorize it faster. So that's what I'm gonna do. There's a couple of sections that I skipped that I already know. The first little section is really easy. Most definitely gonna be on the test. I'm just like, I'm not really gonna write it. Very important information. Yes, I'm gonna need to. So far this is what I've written. So up here I have the functions of the muscular system, the 2 types of muscle tissue, and then the 3 important parts of the muscle. Try to keep every word as short as possible, which I think so far I'm doing pretty good. Guys, my hand and my brain hurting so bad. But you know what? I'm almost there and I'm getting there. I'm not even entirely sure if I'm like halfway through all of my notes. I'm basically skimming through my iPad on my note, going through any information I see that's important, like okay, because if I don't, it's not gonna get synced into my brain. Anyways, I'm gonna finish taking my notes. I should be almost done, and then after I'm done, I'm going to read over them probably like maybe, I don't know, a couple times until I feel comfortable. Okay, a little update. I basically wrote like one full like page almost, but pretty much most of the information is on the lesson. I'm mostly gonna be looking at the ones on my notebook, most of it on my iPad. The reason why I like to write stuff down on my notebook, even though all the information is on my iPad, is because sometimes in class, if they tell, okay guys, like turn off your device, put them away, you'll actually literally, if we have notes, sometimes it depends, you gotta take them out. They'll give us a little bit of time to study before we take a test. So I'm gonna get studying hopefully the day of when we take the test. Guys, I wanna pass this test. You get an 85 for about. Guys, that is really hard. Just pray for me. Okay, so this is pretty much a lot of information. So right now, I'm pretty much done writing my notes. Other than I do need to read them and just look over, sure they get synced into my brain. Let's go. Okay, so I just wrote over my notes. I'm gonna read them over again tomorrow, the day before we do the test. What I don't want to happen, if I don't look over them like more than like 2 times, I'm gonna forget all the information. So let's hope this actually really sinks into my brain. I really don't want to fail this test. I really want to keep my confidence up for the entire time, before and when I'm actually during taking the test. Last semester, you guys, was not it for me. I mean, I got good grades on a couple of tests. Most of them I had to retake because I did not get an 85 or above. It was super difficult. So strict about the rule. Pretty much already exactly a month in, which is crazy because we literally just started school like a month ago. From today, so crazy. But my goals for this semester, yes, studying a lot. Last semester, I didn't really have time to do because I was working a whole lot more and my schedule was different. But this year, we get out later this semester, and since I'm on the slump, constantly doing a lot of stuff, it's always really hard to find time to study. Depends on like what day we take it. Since I'm not working and I had church, I decided I just come back home, relax, and study, get this information synced. Because what I don't want to do is just sit around, just be lazy, and just not study, especially for a test. Most of the times when I find myself not doing that, I just don't feel productive. Alright, and that's gonna be it for today's study. So far, my brain feels refreshed. It's not like fully 100% because it is important to study, especially before a test. And that is exactly what I'm gonna do. Same thing again tomorrow before this. My brain feels refreshed. I just need to fully make sure that I know all the information because this is seriously a lot. It is stressing me. You know what? It's okay. I'm gonna try to stay calm, keep my confidence levels up, just really know and remember of like all the information that I learned. Hopefully it stays that way. So guys, if any of you guys are watching, they're a college student like me, or if you're in high school, no matter what grade you're in, please remember to study. Because this is definitely something I've been slacking from last semester when I started. Even though yes, I didn't really have a ton of time to really squeeze in a time to study. Really difficult. I feel like now, since I'm only working like 1 day a week, now I have more free time to actually study, to really taking the time to look over the information. Because I know if I don't know in that moment when I sit and take the test, my body, my brain is just gonna freeze. I'm just gonna be like, I don't even remember what I learned. It's important. Please do study because it is important, and especially if you want to keep your grades up. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for the next video. I will see you guys soon. Bye!